Okay, it looks like we are off. So the first kingdom of the game, the Cap Kingdom, there are no moons that we can collect here on this first visit, and we will not be coming back. So right now, all they have to do is get to the boss and get out of here. Pretty clean start for Dram. Joe also making a pretty quick climb up to the bridge. Both runners opting to take the frog up here, and it's not surprising because skipping the frog is more trouble than it's worth. We have Dram entering the first boss fight versus Topper. This one's pretty simple. You just knock off his 3 caps, hop on his head. You can speed up his little second phase there by hopping on the hat that he's hiding in. See if Joe does the same. Yep, he does. Get that second hit on him to finish him off. Great boss fights from both of our runners to start off this run. Now we are entering the Cascade Kingdom. It looks like alright, we got our runners all synced up, and as you can see, the race is neck and neck, totally even right now. In the Cascade Kingdom, we need to find 5 moons. We'll be getting this one. We'll be getting a multi-moon from the boss, which is worth 3, and then a 5th one to finish it off. Coming up, we have a somewhat infamous trick called Dino Skip, which lets you use the T-Rex in this level to skip right up to the boss fight, shortcutting the entire rest of the level. It can be a little finicky, so let's hope that both of our artists can get it on the first try. See, capture the T-Rex here, and he's going to try and get the T-Rex to step on a trampoline hidden under some rocks there. And he gets it. Can he get to the boss trigger? He makes it. And unfortunately, Joe misses the Dino Skip first try, but he gets it there. And can he get up? Yep, no problem at all. So it was a very quick second try for Joe. So the boss versus Mama Brood. There are 2 things about this fight. You gotta knock the Chain Chomp's hat off with a cap throw, then throw the cap again, and then attack her with the Chain Chomp. You can make this fight shorter if you stomp on the Chain Chomp, just like jump on its head in the second phase where she attacks by throwing it. Then, as long as you're at a good angle, the fight will go very quickly, just like it did for both of our runners. So, a very, very strong first 5 minutes from both Dram and Joe today. So with these three and the one we collected previously, we have 4 moons, and they're going to grab a 5th one real fast before leaving the level. Five power moons restores the Odyssey, and we can fly to the second kingdom. Dram plays with the camera a little bit. I actually didn't know you could move the camera during this cutscene. It's pretty funny. Alright. Dram is moving on to the Sand Kingdom. Our second quote-unquote full-length kingdom where we're going to need to collect some moons to move on. I believe we need 16 here. Now, this is a kingdom where we might see a lot of divergence, because there are many, many ways to route this. This is a big open field, a few sort of clusters of moons with lots of open space between them, so it'll be interesting to see how both of our runners tackle this. I'm starting up here, going to grab a moon up on the roof, then this one from the little mini-game room in here. Looks like, yep, he's going to go straight to the top of the Doom. There are a couple of other moons you could have collected there. You could have grabbed the bird early, if you didn't want to get it in the Oasis. You could have got Employees Only, which is the moon hidden behind the shop. So he'll probably be picking up a couple. We'll pick up another moon to make up for not getting that one, because that one is a little bit slow. And yeah, it looks like Joe did go for Employees Only. Just saw him coming out of that moon area, so he's going to go to the top of the dune. Dram climbs up the ice, unfortunately falls off. This can be a difficult jump. So yeah, as I was saying, we've already seen a little bit of divergence. Joe picked up a moon that Dram skipped, so they're going to have to sync up later on. What Dram's trying to do here, and it looks like he's succeeding, is trying to keep that bullet bill alive. So he's going to grab this moon up here, capture the bullet bill, and then take it off to the next moon. And that's trickier than it looks, because that bullet bill likes to run into a wall and instantly destroy itself. And then if you want to continue on to get this moon, you have to wait for another one to spawn, and that can take a while. We'll see how Joe approaches this. Yeah, see, unfortunately, the bullet bill died. Dram gets the one in the taxi wreckage, and Joe is going to head over here to this checkpoint. Alright, so Dram's going to talk to the Sphinx. This is another point of divergence. You can see a lot of different runners either get or skip this, or even clip through that wall to get it faster. Collecting this moon is a little bit slow because you have to talk to the Sphinx, but it's in a convenient spot, and there are a lot of coins in here. And collecting all these coins means that you are not going to need to worry about money for the rest of the run. Because most runners will purchase 2 moons from the shop in their run. And 200 coins is enough for both of them. But you'll see. Joe gets the moon out of the taxi wreckage and is going to teleport to the checkpoint that he tagged earlier. Both our runners have synced up here and are going to be collecting these 2 moons that you can get with the bullet bill. One in the block there, another on this pillar. We'll see if they continue to Jaxi runes. Looks like both of them are going to do this. Quick wall jump after destroying the bullet bill, gets a moon out of this chest. And Dram is going to just leave because he doesn't need the money. Joe is going to open that chest for 50 coins. He's going to talk to the Jaxi. This will get him across the desert a little faster. Both runners going to get a moon from under the cactus. This is one that you don't usually see skipped. It's right on the way to the oasis. One at the bird's meeting spot. And then this is where Dram is going to defeat the bird and pick up the moon from that. So that's all the moons that Dram needs, so he's going to leave, and Joe's going to pick up his last one with the bird. And oh no, he needs one more. So he's going to get the notes one up on the tree here. You can tell what controller they're playing on. If they next time they get control hints from the game, you can see at the bottom there will be a picture of the Joy-Cons or the Pro controller, and you can see what kind of controller they're playing with. I haven't paid attention to that, so I'm not sure right now which one each are using. It's a matter of preference. Playing with the Joy-Con, I've heard, makes a certain wall clip easier, but neither of them have tried that, so I don't think we're going to see it anyway. A lot of people find the Pro controller a lot more comfortable, so they use that anyway. The downside of using the Pro controller, even though it's comfortable, is that if you're going to shake it, which you have to do a lot of in this run, you have to shake the whole controller and not just one of the Joy-Con. So Dram is heading to Lake Kingdom. This is a very short kingdom. In fact, it's so short that this is one of the few times where this run is, I think, similar or even identical to the World Peace route, because we're going to defeat the boss here because it's very close to the start, and it drops a multi-moon, which is worth 3, which is definitely worth our time. Looks like Joe is trying to get up to the zipper there, but fell, unfortunately. So he's going to get back up and try again. Not a huge deal. And he gets it this time. Meanwhile, Dram is in the water. Gets a moon from Dory. Going to get this very well-hidden one on the broken pillar. Alright, so yeah, to answer your earlier question, it looks like, from what I can see, Dram is playing on the Pro controller, and Joe is using Joy-Con. So here's, on Dram's side, we have the boss fight versus Rango. This one is pretty simple as long as you don't let it get off the rails. Just keep him in one spot and keep jumping on his head as soon as you can, and the fight will go smoothly. But if it goes off the rails, it can be annoying to try and get it back on track. And Dram picks up the 3 moons from Rango, which are the last 3 he needs to leave this kingdom. And Joe will be trying to do the same right now. Let's hope that he has just as smooth a fight as Dram did. Unfortunately, I got hit in the face by Rango flipping his hat. But that's no big deal. He's got the fight back on track just fine. And it was not much consequence at all. good Lake Kingdom from both runners. Now with Lake Kingdom down, the next one is Wooded Kingdom. This is another larger kingdom, much like the Sand Kingdom, where there's a lot of open space, a lot of room to route this the way you want. There are a couple different routes you might see. So let's see what our runners like to do. Yep, starting out, you grab a moon from this bunny. As long as you don't let him get away with you, or get away from you, that's a very quick one. You can smash these two rocks together to quickly break the rolling rock for a second. Yeah, for most runners, this is where they purchase their first moon, right here at this shop for 100 coins. The second one is usually in the Snow Kingdom, the Shiveria shop. Joe's starting this off exactly like Dram did. Quick catch of the bunny. Probably going to go and get the rolling rock next. Is it much slower if you accidentally pick the wrong kingdom? For the lake versus wooded choice, no. But the next fork, between Seaside and Snow, it can make a big difference if you don't talk to the Sphinx in Sand Kingdom. Because you'll notice that Joe, because he didn't go to the Sphinx, he has far less money than Dram does. So he needs to be careful to make sure that he has 100 coins before he gets to the Snow Kingdom. Otherwise, Snow Kingdom's going to be a lot slower because he needs to get another moon, and there's not really a great one to grab as a backup. So if you're doing the route that Joe's doing, you want to be very careful to go to Seaside first, so that you can pick up a lot of extra coins there on your way and have enough to purchase a moon in the Snow Kingdom. Yeah, we are going to see every kingdom in the run, besides the post-game ones. There's no way currently known to skip an entire kingdom. Dram making a very quick climb right up the side of that platform. That was quite well done. Like, Joe's gonna take the checkpoint and head back here to grab these two moons in the water in this secret underground passageway that Dram did. So they're doing sort of a similar thing, just in a different order. Both approaches are totally valid. You see a lot of top runners doing one or the other, for sure. This room that Joe's in with the fuzzies and the water cycles is notoriously difficult to get through unscathed. Alright, so Dram is he picked up the story moon here, and he's gonna head on up. Gets up here pretty fast and smashes this nut for another moon. So coming off Dram here, this is like that jump there you just did to get the uproot up to the top floor in one go. That can be a lot more finicky than it looks. It's not that hard, but it can be difficult. Meanwhile, as Joe gets up to the top of this tower to pick up another moon, Dram is moving on to the first fight versus Spewart. We're going to see him again later. It's another fight that, as long as you don't let it get off the rails, it's not much of a problem. But if you let him get away from you, it can be really annoying to get him back. And that was pretty much textbook. A very well done boss fight. Joe not far behind, heading into the boss arena. And let's hope that his boss fight is just as good as Dram's was. Strong start. So again, because Joe skipped talking to the Sphinx earlier, he has to be careful and pick up a lot of extra coins, so he's making sure to grab as many as he can between phases when Spewart drops them. Which is a very smart play. An excellent fight from Joe as well. Brutal's not giving either of our runners much trouble so far. Let's hope that continues. In the meantime, Dram is coming up on the Cloud Kingdom. This one is just a boss fight. That's all we're going to see. We're not going to come back here for anything else. It's going to be our first battle versus Bowser. Man, look at that. It just grabs the hat right out of his hand. That was super quick. Man, again, amazing. He's just hopping on the hat as soon as it spawns and using it against Bowser. And taking a damage boost so you can stay in position. Grabbing the third hat. Absolutely textbook. That was an amazing fight. A typical any percent time, I mean, obviously it depends a lot on the runner, but probably looking at around 110 to 130 or so. So Dram is in the Lost Kingdom. This is a pretty interesting one because you're intended to have to trigger a cutscene in which the bird Klepto steals your hat, and you have to chase him around the level to get it back before you can start collecting all these moons. But if you skip it by making a tricky jump up to the top of the cliff from that tree, you can get to Klepto here and just totally skip that. You have to be careful though, because there are still triggers in the level. So if you fall from a place that you don't intend to, you might accidentally trigger that cutscene and have to go get your hat back anyway. So you just have to be a little careful about where you move here. We'll see if Joe attempts the same skip. Looks like he is going to. And he makes it. Just fine, no problem at all. The Dram's gonna pick up this last moon under the bridge here, take a death, that's fine. It's gonna put him right back at the Odyssey where he needs to be, because that was the last moon he needed in this kingdom. You only need 10. 10 moons will repair the Odyssey and get us on our way again. Things seem to be going just as smoothly for Joe. Not having many problems at all. Collecting the 10 moons he needs. Misses a platform there. You have to bother Kleptos so that you can keep moving this way without losing your hat. That's no big deal. Meanwhile, Dram is onto the Metro Kingdom, New Donk City. This kingdom can be one of the tougher ones, especially this first segment in the rain. There are some tricky jumps you need to make in order to save a lot of time. Has no problem with the quick building climb. You can do a long jump over here to get this moon sandwiched between two girders. Yep, very smooth movement. Get through the first part just fine. Meanwhile, Joe's going to do the same death wort. It's a little more relevant for him because, again, he didn't talk to the Sphinx, so he has to be careful to manage his money, and the death does cost 10 coins, so he's going to have to be sure to pick up those 10 coins somewhere else. I don't believe there is any way to reach the city early. I think if you're referring to going through the painting to get to New Donk City, as far as I'm aware, if you attempt to do a skip like that, the game will catch you in a bubble and put you back on the platform, so unless we find a way around that, there's no way to get a painting skip. But someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Meanwhile, Dram is fighting the Mecha Wiggler. This boss can be notoriously difficult and finicky. What he's doing here is he's trying to manipulate the Mecha Wiggler so that he takes the shortest path possible across the field and gets to this building where he emerges as quickly as possible. And now he just has to shoot out all these little sections of the Mecha Wiggler, and unfortunately missing a few. Might be okay. He got it. He got it. It's fine. I was a little worried there, but in the end it was a good 2-cycle. Very well done. And meanwhile, Joe's not far behind. Right on his heels, going to be climbing the City Hall. Unfortunately misses that dive. Looks like he might not have held out his cap for long enough. It should be fine, though. A 1 cycle is not possible because Mecha Wiggler instantly starts the next cycle once you do damage to his main body. The Dram is onto the second part of Metro Kingdom. Again, another big open area, like most levels in this game are. You have a few options. Oh, is he going to clip into here? I don't think I've seen this before. Interesting. So the way you're supposed to get that moon, you're supposed to capture the guy holding an RC controller and drive the car into there. But today I learned you can just take the motorcycle and clip right into the cage. Good bench from Dram. Yeah, some very good movement. Using the speed boost to get to the next move very quickly. Yeah, that was the first time I've seen that clip as well. That's very impressive. Joe's on the Mecha Wiggler fight, onto the second cycle. Takes damage there, which should be fine. I mean, it is possible to die on this fight, of course, but it looks like he's getting a 2-cycle as well. Very well done from Joe.
Spin the wheel, take a chance. Every journey starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you. The turn off the path.
It seems like Dram's having absolutely no problems routing through New Donk City and collecting the remainder of the 20 moons that you need. Bonked a couple times on the platform, but that's no big deal. He still gets the moon before the time runs out. So yeah, we're going to see the intended strat for collecting this moon from Joe. Just drive the RC car in there. Much tougher than it looks, to be honest. That car doesn't control in a way that makes any sense at all, in my opinion. Especially when going backwards. It can be a little tough to wrap your mind around exactly how that works. And get ready, because Dram shortly is going to be talking to Otep. Otep the bassist. Gonna get one from the runes of Mecha Wiggler here, and then collect the last from our good friend. Yay. So Dram is done with the Metro Kingdom. Gonna deposit those 20 moons into the Odyssey. And let's hope that Joe does well in here as well. Doesn't seem to be having any trouble so far. Collected those 2 moons that were out, like, sort of just in the open air just fine. Gonna get up to the top of New Donk City for this one. And then dive into the pool. Doing that dive is so much fun. This game offers you a lot of air control in a lot of different ways. So when you dive from the top of New Donk City and just sail, steadily adjust yourself, hit the moon spot on, feels pretty good. Dram is entering the Snow Kingdom. Again, because he talked to the Sphinx earlier, he has the freedom to do this first, because he has 100 coins. and he's not going to have to go to Seaside to get extra coins to purchase a moon in the shop here. He's going to get this one from Captain Toad, and then I'm pretty sure the rest of them he's going to get inside Siberia Town. It looks like Joe's not going to be in Metro for too much longer either, because he's getting the last 3 moons here. Recruit the 2 band members and stomp the Mecha Wiggler, and he'll be on his way to, I assume, Seaside to pick up some extra coins before this shop that Dram's at right now. So, unless Joe decides to route an extra moon into snow, I think we're going to see some divergence here. Both of our runners are going to be on different kingdoms, and it'll be a while before they're synced up again. Good old Otep. He's always so helpful. So the sort of main body of the Snow Kingdom are these 4 little challenge rooms. Each of them has 2 moons to collect. We're going to be grabbing both of them in this one and a couple of the others, and then only 1 moon from the last. Hey Kisara, unfortunately I did not win that race. I lost by about 10 minutes, but it's fine. It was a good race. So yeah, Dram's gonna get both the moons out of here because they're both very close to the entrance. Meanwhile, Joe, again, is in Seaside. Doesn't have any problems grabbing that moon up there. That jump can be difficult if you don't have it totally down. It's like just enough height for you to gain if you do everything perfectly. Dram's going to finish off with just getting the first moon out of here, avoiding the boss fight. I believe Rango is here, and you have to fight him on ice physics, which make the fight annoying. So we skip that one, which is why next stop this boss fight. And continue moving. Hello, Exokid. Currently, Dram is ahead. They're going to be a little off sync right now because Joe went to Seaside first and Dram went to Snow. But it is still a close race. Seaside Kingdom has gone very well for Joe. Not having any trouble routing in these moons with the Cheep Cheep. So Dram is moving on to the Bowser Kingdom. So in this kingdom, it doesn't show a visible moon counter. Yeah, hey, I'm back. Sorry so much about the mic trouble. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but hey, we fixed it. Yeah, it's like Dram's having a good Bowser Kingdom. Again, this kingdom doesn't show a visible moon counter, but you need to get 8 to move on to the next one. So, in addition to the 6 you're going to collect by getting to the end and defeating the end boss, you need to pick up 2. And you have your choice of which ones you want to get. So, I think it goes without saying that Dram has been having a killer run so far. This is excellent pace. And Joe's keeping up as well. I think both of these times for where they are absolutely excellent times. Dram having no trouble taking out the Brutals and collect the next story moon to unlock the next area of Bowser's as Joe finishes off with the dragon, collects the multi-moon, and will be heading to Bowser's Kingdom himself. Making good use of the Pokio's hidden motion control power to do a real high jump. All you gotta do is shake the controller while your beak's stuck in the wall and you'll jump up real high and climb through that area super fast without having to wind up and flick. He's going to be moving on to probably one of the more annoying run killers, especially for how late in the game it is, the Mecha Brood. No problem taking out the first Brutal, birdless. Just parkour your way up there. You don't need to use the bird to destroy the armor or climb up the steam valves. Just get up there. He's doing excellent. Staying on top of the mech, despite their attempts to throw Mario off. Just gotta wait out his Power Star phase, the Crazy Legs phase, whatever you want to call it. One Brutal to go for him. Fantastic. Well done. That was as good a mech fight as I've ever seen. He zooms in on Rango's face for us. Thanks, Dram. So Joe's going to be picking up the moon shards. Just got to get all 5 to unlock the next story moon so that you can keep moving in Bowser's Kingdom. And there are a couple of different ways you can approach this. I've seen some runners grab a bird so that they can jump up over the wall to get this one. But you can also do it this way. Either way is totally fine. Did Dram make any mistakes during that Bowser's at all? I honestly don't think so. I didn't see any errors. Dram has the completed sail for the Odyssey. 124 moons will get you to the Moon Kingdom, the final stage of the whole game. This is going to be an excellent time for Dram. And again, Joe is not far behind. There's not a lot of time left to catch up, but this is a great run from him as well. The world record is currently 105 something. 105.14. Thanks, chat. Yep. And Joe's currently fighting Harriet. Pretty fun fight. Just knock the bombs back at her and stomp on her head like you do with all the other Brutals. Here's a Moon Skip for Dram. This skips like the 6-minute underground section of the moon. This is probably one of the few like required tricks for any percent thing. This one saves so much time, you just gotta learn it. It's a little finicky, but it's not that bad. Just takes a bit of practice. And he gets it first try easy. Joe using Cappy's ability to like hold down the Y button to deliver multiple hits to take out a bunch of hats off of Topper's stack in quick succession, which is a neat trick. Meanwhile, Dram's at the rematch with Bowser. Seems to be going well so far. I'll wait out the fire breath before Bowser will throw his hat again. And quickly grabbing the hat as soon as possible. Skipping the shockwave phase, no trouble at all. One more fire breath phase, and then you'll be able to deliver the last hit and move on the ending sequence. Fortunately gets caught by the fire ring, but that's fine. Still has another hit point to do this damage boost. Doesn't get the hat right away, but oh, that's unfortunate. That's gonna waste a little bit of time. He wasn't able to skip this shockwave phase. But still, an excellent fight. On to the ending sequence. Gets the triple jump. Moving pretty quickly through this. Meanwhile, Joe is going to fight the mech. He's going to do one of the two intended strats for the boss, which is to break the armor around its legs using a bomb. And yep, he manages to get this, which is a neat little trick. If you can get back to the Mecha Brutal fast enough, you can do the first phase with Bird and then continue with the Birdless strat the rest of the way. So if you have trouble getting onto... Oh no, unfortunately he fell off. That's too bad. But that is a helpful thing to know. You can do the first cycle with Bird and then do the rest Birdless. Meanwhile, Dram has to destroy these pillars, destroy the block in the middle, and then take the exit out, and he'll be done with what will be a fantastic time. And that's it. Dram has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 48 seconds. GG indeed. In the meantime, Joe has finished off the mech and will be moving on to the Moon Kingdom to close out his run. Alright, looks like Dram is ready to chat for a bit, so we'll pull him into the call. Hello, Dram55.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Thank you.
Hey, that was a fantastic run.
Thanks.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, can you like even think of anything that went wrong besides like missing the cycle skip on Bowser 2? Because I don't think I can.
Yeah, just general sloppy play. I messed up wooded. Basically wherever I lost a decent amount of time on my splits. But overall it went smooth, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Excellent time and one to be proud of for sure.
Thanks.
And of course, it's a win, so can't complain too much.
Yeah, I'll take that. This whole tournament's been really cool. So I'm looking forward to... I don't really know what happens in the second phase, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so this is your second win now, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. So you're well on your way to qualifying for the second stage.
Cool. I think the third guy may have kind of waived the last... He had 2 more races, I think. I think he waived them, and he kind of just forfeit out.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. It's tough around the holidays, I guess.
Yeah, that's for sure. I know I've had to do a lot of scheduling around holiday stuff, and it's not easy.
No, not at all. Luckily, otherwise it was pretty good. But yeah, for sure. This, like, soon, I don't know. Like, it looks like eventually you'll be playing people like, you know, Valu. There's no way around that.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider, is that, like, we're seeing some great races already, but we're only in the group stages. And when we move on, like, the competition's only going to get tougher.
Yeah.
And people are going to start running into some of the best runners of the game. So if you think it's exciting now, just wait.
Yeah. No, yeah, this is it's definitely a fun tournament so far. Great to watch too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been watching a lot of this. I'm very happy to finally be able to commentate a match, because it's been great entertainment just as a viewer so far. It's a great game, and it's a great competition so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree.
So yeah, anything, any other comments that you'd like to make about the race?
No, I mean, it went well, and GG to Joe as well. I don't have the stream open, so I'm not really sure, but
Oh yeah, it was a pretty close race. At least for the first half of it, you were very close, and then you started pulling ahead in the second half. Like, probably after Wooded, you were able to extend your lead a little bit with every kingdom. He's currently in Bowser 2 right now.
nice.
So it's not gonna be much longer before he finishes.
True. Well, no, nothing else to say on top of that, but yeah, thanks for hosting, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you for an excellent race.
All right. All right, I'm probably gonna head out, but thanks again, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right, so let's cheer on Joe. He's on the final segment of the game, the Honeyloon Escape. Dram leaves us with one last team farts. Joe's gonna go for the triple jump here and gets it. That one's not hard to do. You just gotta plan for it. If you start trying it too late, you won't make it. Yep, so he makes it through just fine. That 2D segment can be pretty finicky. A lot of the 2D segments are, but that one especially, because you gotta deal with Bowser's movement as well as shooting the fireballs to break the blocks in front of you. You gotta be a little careful and deliberate there, because if you start going too fast, you might accidentally drop an input, because that's just how the 2D segments in this game work. The final segment, we're going to see something similar here. Oh no, actually, Joe's going. Is he going totally counterclockwise? Yeah, he is. So again, you can do this clockwise or counterclockwise. I thought he might have been sending some fire over to damage that first pillar and then heading clockwise, which is what you usually see, but this works too. Doesn't have any issues. It takes a hit, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, heading into the final electrical wire. And that's time. So Joe has finished in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 33 seconds. Informs us that this was a personal best for him. So congratulations. I'm going to see if I can get him into the call for an interview as well. I believe the world record is 1:05:14.
Hello.
You're joined by Joe HS. Congratulations on your PB.
Viewed by like 5 seconds,
Nice.
but it's a PB nonetheless.
Yep, and got to be happy about that.
A little disappointed that I kind of threw the run at the brutal mech fight, but overall, most of the other stuff went well.
Yeah, I was talking about that with Dram earlier, is that for the first half of the run or so, you two were very close, probably less than a minute apart through the Wooded Kingdom, but then Dram just started killing it. Got a fantastic time from there, and I think that looking at how you was doing and like how close you were despite that, I think that you should be proud of that run.
Thank you. I played about like 4 hours ago and way worse. I think I got like 4 minutes slower. So I'm really glad that I actually just got like a run where I did pretty solid on everything.
Yeah, and you certainly showed up when it counted, because I mean, that's a great time as well. Better than my PB. So I think as long as you keep playing this well, you should do pretty well in your group.
Yeah. I think I've completed all of my group stage matches because Panther speedruns, I believe he ended up opting out of the tournament.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think yeah, Dram mentioned that earlier. It's probably just hard to plan around the holidays, and
Understandable.
yeah, sometimes you just gotta deal with what's important. But yeah, I think overall, yeah, smooth movement the whole time, and again, like besides the mech fight, there weren't really any major errors on your part. So I think
Yeah. Well, actually, I took that one death in the New Donk City Tower, and taken that death quite a few times before, so expected, but I always get opens.
Yeah, that didn't even set you back too far, because again, you respawned right outside, and then you had enough coins anyway, despite losing 10 there, so that
Yep.
wasn't a huge deal at all.
There have been runs where I've been like 5 coins short on the Snow Kingdom shop just because I took that death. So I was just really fortunate that that didn't happen to me this run.
Yeah, as long as you're aware of it and you can deal with it, then it's no big deal. Again, the time lost isn't huge.
Also, I think I successfully chose Snow Kingdom over Seaside. It's always something I struggle with.
Yeah, that is important. You gotta be careful not to mash too hard, right? Yeah, I had mentioned that earlier because Dram did go to the Sphinx and Sand Kingdom, so he didn't have to worry about money. So he had gone to Snow first. And then you did the opposite, and then dealt with it effectively.
Where people choose Snow first.
Yes, some people will choose Snow first and go to the Sphinx's vault and sand to pick up the extra coins there, so you don't need to worry about it. But talking to the Sphinx is a little slow. Alright, so do you have anything else you'd like to say about your run, or the race, or the tournament?
Not really. I mean, I thought it was a good race. I'm happy about my time, and yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for putting up an excellent run.
Thank you.
Alright, so that's gonna do it for now for us. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider giving our runners a follow, dram55 and Joe HS Live. They put up 2 excellent runs and allowed us to restream them for all of you to enjoy, so they deserve your support. But in the meantime, I'll be signing off. Thank you for watching today's match in the Super Mario Odyssey 80% tournament. Stay tuned to all the speed gaming channels. You can see the schedule, see what's coming up. We've got lots of speed runs and other gaming events for you to watch. So for tonight, I've been Aaron Dobie. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.